It's deprogrammed. My name is Justin, and I am your humble, maybe not so humble, host, because I've got a real swelled head. And you want to know why? Because we're talking Coldplay today, and I wield all the power. You can give me more power by going to patreon.com/ohhijustin. That's all I'm going to say about it right here, because this is way too important. It's a please explain episode. So let's get to the meat of it. Let's get to the people who are going to try to sell me on Coldplay. And this was rather last minute, so I'm so happy you guys were able to do this. So let's kick it over to Orlando, Florida. It's Peter.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Peter. And over, are you in Virginia Beach, Mary? I should have asked that.
I am.
See, that's a great guess on my part. She's right here in Virginia Beach. It's Mary. How are you doing, Mary?
I'm doing good. What up, Coldplay? Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, what it is. So, first of all, I want to talk about. Let's talk about what it is about Coldplay. Why am I wrong? Because Peter, I think, and we'll talk about like the actual lists that you guys put together in a second. But what is it that you think I may have wrong about Coldplay?
Well, first I want to say I don't think you're completely wrong. For me, like, I've kind of got, like, for Coldplay, I've got the same kind of stance as I do for Weezer, where I feel really strongly about the first two albums, but then everything after that is just kind of hit and miss. But for me, Coldplay is like, if I want to get a fix of Ben's era Radiohead, but without the feeling of existential dread,
there we go.
then I go to Coldplay.
I hear you.
Wow.
So I think, and I can tell by song choices, I think, Mary, your approach here was different. What is it about Coldplay that I have wrong?
Ooh, well, I've always considered Coldplay U2 Junior.
Okay.
And U2 is one of my favorite bands.
Uh-huh.
And they have pretty much nailed it as far as the verse, chorus, verse. Yes, sorry, people. I've had like a screwdriver that was really strong, so just bear with me. But they just have always nailed that Britpop, and I've seen them live twice. So I've seen U2 like 10 times, and the second Coldplay show I saw was pretty much the best concert I've ever seen.
Wow.
So they kind of like took that gauntlet and like ran with it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge fan of like maybe the last 2 or 3 albums, but their first, the catalog before that like totally makes up for it. So I'm like, that's why I was completely prepared to stand by the Coldplay.
Now it's interesting. First of all, you guys said almost exactly what I thought you would, based on song choices. Because I've always looked at Coldplay as not Radiohead light, but like I called them bargain basement Radiohead. And it's not, it sounds like a knock, but it's not a knock, because it, especially after actually listening to them, Peter nailed it right on the head. Like some of the things I was listening to, I was like, no, this is the Ben's Radiohead. So like they're Radiohead light in the best possible way. Like they're doing it well. And then in some of the songs that Mary presented, I'm like, no, there's definitely like some U2 influence here. They're definitely like more towards like the, I say later stuff where they kind of expand what the sound is. And I will tell you guys this up front. Although there is one song that you presented that I am going to veto. There is one.
Oh.
I think this is the first time my mind has been completely changed on a band. Now, I don't know that I still necessarily consider myself a fan, but I am willing to do the work now. I am willing to take the dive in. Like Nickelback, I couldn't be sold that. I don't hate Nickelback anymore. Dave Matthews Band, they couldn't sell me at all. And Hanson, my wife, I've already had a great deal of respect for Hanson. So, like, I respect them, but I'm never going to dive in on them.
Right.
Coldplay, I think I might. I think you guys have done a pretty good job here of stating your cases. Now, I'll give you what I thought of your list, like how you presented them, and then I'd like to hear how you put your 20 together, see how close I am. To me, it was like Peter was being, no, these are the I'm trying to sell Justin specifically. This is close to him. This is stuff that I like not thinking necessarily. He's selling me on the Coldplay that he likes and he thinks that I will. Whereas Meri approached it with, let me present you with all the things that Coldplay can do. And so there's like all these different later sounds where it's like, oh, okay, they can do this too. And how right am I? Let's start with Peter first. How did you put your 20 together?
You're mostly right, but with the later stuff, I tried to give it a chance. It's just like how Meri described, how they started becoming more U2 like, and that's kind of where I fell off. Not that I don't dislike U2. I like U2, but I kind of have a cutoff point with U2. Whereas I feel like after the All That You Can Leave Behind album, like they've just been kind of on autopilot since then. And so like the first few albums, like I feel like that's an actual band playing, and I liked it. And then when I started getting into more pop territory, I was like, okay, this is just Chris Martin singing over some electronic stuff. I don't know who's playing what. And I don't know. Like I said, like I'm just attracted to the earlier stuff, the Radiohead sounding stuff. But I tried to give a fair shake to the later albums. Like I don't think I left any album unrepresented.
There we go.
On my list.
All right, and Meri, talk to me about your 20.
Yeah, that's pretty fair because I actually went back and listened to the last couple of albums that I just kind of was like, because, if it was, I felt bad for the drummer because it just felt like his work was not represented because it just became a lot of pop collabs between Beyonce and Tovlo and Rihanna, and it just seemed weird to me. So I went back and I tried to represent some of that stuff. I think I may have gotten a couple, but I just always went with them. Like, I mean, when I first heard the first album, it was totally like on that Radiohead kind of Britpop. There was a guy that I used to work with that did a radio show that was all Britpop, and he was totally selling Coldplay. And I didn't really get on board until maybe the second album, which was A Rush of Blood to the Head. And then I was kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, these guys are legit. But the later stuff just, but after having seen them live, I was totally sold just on their expression. And I totally get what Peter's saying about the U2 thing, how, yeah, they kind of have been phoning it in for a while. It's still good, but I get it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. So
yeah.
The way a Please Explains work, and we're going to hop into gameplay. The name of the game is Deprogrammed, folks. The two of them have taken, they've basically, it works out to, I don't want to do the work. I mean, and that's the easiest way to say it. Like, Coldplay couldn't sell me enough to do the work. So Peter and Meri have done the work. They've selected 20 songs each, presented them to me, and so I basically start in the second round. So, that being said, there's 9 songs already that have both of your stamps of approval. Just to start with. And I'll tell you 6 of those that I'm willing to make unanimous if you play them. So
nice.
We're off to a good start if we nail those. Like I said before, I think I said this. No, I said it on air. There is 1 song I will veto, and there are 3 songs that have already made it through into the second round that I will veto if I have to. Like, because there's some songs that one of you picked that I'm like, oh man, I wish both of y'all had that, so it would be unanimous. So, it's going to be an interesting conversation here, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we land. That being said, let's start with Peter.
Okay, I'll start from the very beginning. Don't Panic, first track on the first album.
That is one that you both had, and that is one that I would like to make unanimous.
Yay!
I heard
that's
good
jam.
Yeah, like there is a good number of tunes here that because the radio songs, and we'll talk about them when they come up. The radio songs, not that they're bad, they have a bad rap. So let's swing over to Meri.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little. I'm not gonna go with the obvious stuff. I'm gonna go with 42.
That is another one that both of you had.
Nice.
And that is another one that I want to make unanimous.
Nice. That's like my top 3. That was number 3.
That one, well, first of all, like I had missed that it was also on Peter's somehow. So it was in there double. And like I heard it the first time, I was like, ooh, this is good. And I started sliding it up. And then I was going through the playlist and it came up again. And I was like, wait a second, what? It's like, oh, okay. So I get to make this one unanimous. I feel good about that.
So the first 2 songs are both Hitchhiker's Guide references also.
Oh, really?
Right?
Wow.
See?
Okay.
That's right. They need to write a song about towels and then we'll be good to go.
All right. Let's see if we can keep it alive here, Peter.
From the second album, Politic.
Yep, I had it.
Yep, and that's also one that I would like to put through.
Yay!
All right.
Weird. We are swinging through them. I like it. All right, Meri?
Okay, I'm going to do something strange and say Lost, but not just Lost from Viva La Vida, but Lost with Jay-Z, the extra version. Because for some reason, I love that song, and I hate that kind of pop rap collabs, but for some reason, that just did it for me. I was like, I like this.
So it is not on my veto list. It is definitely towards the bottom of my list. But it will slide through the conversation because Peter did not have that one. Sorry, I'm speaking for you there, Peter.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, both of you.
I totally get it, but for some reason I just loved their like friendship, and I was like, this kind of makes sense somehow. I have no idea why, but for some reason I dug it.
Like I saw them play that song at like the Grammys or some awards show, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, like these things just do not go together. This is like putting like peanut butter and salt together. I don't know.
I get it. I totally get it. But for some reason, like I put that out there, like, because I knew that it was going to be not for everybody.
Well, you know,
and I was like, I like this. I don't know why. What is wrong with me?
No,
yeah.
I didn't hate it either. I was like, this isn't their best stuff, but this is cool. I'm glad she put this on here. And I think that this is the song that Kanye references in Graduation. In Big Brother, he says something along the lines of, Jay did a song with Coldplay, or I get to do a song with Coldplay. No way, Jay did a song with Coldplay. Something like that. I don't remember the line, but I think that's what he's referencing.
Yeah, that makes sense because Chris Martin did a hook on one of Kanye's songs.
Yep.
So, yeah. Weird.
Yep. All right. So, Peter, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna pick "Talk" from the third album.
Okay,
I had it.
Yeah, both of you guys have it.
Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that is one of the ones that I was like, yes, let's put that through.
the riff is a Kraftwerk ripoff, but I
Oh.
think I think they were aware of that, or at least discussed that before putting it out. But I don't know. I just like that song.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because that was a radio tune, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost positive because I had heard it before, and again, I always had that their bargain basement Radiohead in my head, and the second that they were that to me, they were dead to me. And I mean, like unfairly, clearly, because as I hear them now, I'm like, no, this is not bad. Why did I do that to these guys? All right, Mary.
Oh, okay. No. Let's just get the elephant out of the room, out of the way. I'm gonna go with Fix You.
Let's see.
I did not have that.
It's not my favorite. I don't have. Again, this is we're looking at very bottom. It's the one before the veto. I'll just put it that way. Not my favorite tune. I don't hate it. I think that if we're trying to bring people in, Fix You is probably not the one.
Can I defend it a little bit?
What's that?
Can I defend it just a tiny bit?
Oh, absolutely.
Because not only does it have like the radio play, but it also has like the totally cheesy theatrical like preview things. Like when I saw that they used that in King Kong, like I knew it was pandering, but it made me cry every time I saw it. And then if you're a fan of Ricky Gervais and you see Chris Martin on extras and the two of them are singing it, like, and Ricky Gervais and his goofy ass extras sitcom whatever character, and they're both like singing it with straight faces, like it just made me laugh. And so it's not only a earnest, oh, I'm gonna fix you, cheesy emo, whatever, but it's actually has funny context a little bit to sell me.
Right.
I mean, it may not sell somebody else, but that's what just kind of cinched it for me.
You want to know? You want to know what did it in for this song for me? I used to watch Grey's Anatomy, like all the time, like the first 3-4 seasons, like religiously. And I want to say somewhere around 3 or 4 is when this song came out, and it showed up in an episode, and like it coincides with when I stopped liking that show.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, and so it's like, it makes me think of that time, and it's just like, I don't know. Now, I'm willing to slide this through the conversation. I just, if you ask me, we have better stuff here.
Yeah.
Did you have something on this, Peter?
Yeah, there's this video on YouTube where this guy was playing Call of Duty, and he was playing he was playing the multiplayer, and some guy in the lobby forgot that his mic was still on, so he was just singing "Fix You" all by himself.
Wow.
And the guy who was playing, like, he didn't say anything, like he just let the guy sing, and then like you see in the captions, it's like at first I was kind of annoyed, but then like it was kind of beautiful. So then at the end, like when the guy finishes, the guy who was playing goes, "That was beautiful, man." The guy was like, "Whoa, wait, what? You heard that?" So then he edited in the instrumental background to the guy's vocal into the Call of Duty game, and it's just a really funny video.
Well, to add to this, I ask every week, what do you think is essential to whatever band we're talking about? And clearly Peter and I are wrong, because 2 people chimed in and said Fix You should absolutely be on this list. So just an FYI.
Hey, it made me cry at the concert.
All right.
My lighter was up.
I'm feeling them lighters. All right, Peter?
Let's see. Violet Hill.
I love that song. That one's really, really good. But
that was a tough one. I had to cut that, and I really love that song.
But it makes the combo, so we'll slide that one over. All right, nice.
Mary. Okay. Let me. Warning Sign.
That one's great. I think that might have been my favorite one that didn't have both of your approval. I think. I know I'd have to look at it, but yeah, I like Warning Sign a lot. See, and this is why something like Fix You or Lost is like these two songs specifically. I'm like, these two are better than those two, if you ask me.
Chris Martin is very earnest. I mean, you can't knock him for that. And that song is a very earnest song.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I saw an interview with them on 60 Minutes or something, and like even they seem kind of like confused why so many people like them. Like they just I feel like they're humble. Like I don't feel I've never felt like they're full of themselves.
You know what?
Agreed.
I would have to agree. I would definitely have to agree. It is weird that they also get a lot of hate too, because that was the other thing that we got a lot of is people saying I'd rather gouge my ears out and this band shouldn't exist. And it's like, oh man, I don't know about that. Like that's weird. That's a weird thing to say.
There's bigger fish to fry than Coldplay.
Again, like
right?
Well, just like when we did the Nickelback episode, it's like Nickelback's not great, but there's definitely worse bands.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can argue that Photograph is not a catchy, decent song. I know you've had that conversation, but it just goes to say.
Yep. All right. So let's see. I think Peter, you just put out Violent Hill, right? Or Violet Hill, rather. Okay, so it's Mary's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go with like my one of the few later album picks. I'm gonna go with Paradise. I
had that.
Yes, you guys both had that. I will not make that unanimous. That is I will veto if I have to, but I'm not vetoing it. I'm just saying if I have to. I think again, like this is one of those situations where I was like, is this a bad song? No, I don't like it very much, but I just feel like you guys chose way better songs to represent this band. So while I will not veto it yet, it still hangs around. Just know that when we get to the conversation, if we don't need it, I'm axing it. I will put the foot down.
Understood.
All right, Peter.
Okay, so I said I tried to be fair with the newer albums, and their last album, A Head Full of Dreams, only one song really connected with me, and that was Amazing Day, because I could actually hear the band play. Like it didn't feel like Chris Martin just singing over whatever pop producer, composed or whatever. It actually felt like the band again.
I like that song a lot. So yes, I want to put that one in. Well, over to the combo rather.
I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't pick it, but I get it.
All right, Meri?
Let's do Atlas.
Okay. Peter did not have that one. That was definitely not my veto either. Again, it's more towards the bottom of my list, but I'd probably put it like at the top of the middle, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense to me too.
What album was that on?
It was on the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Oh.
It was when he was humping Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I didn't even go there. That's why I didn't even hear that song. Okay.
It's a good jam. Like it actually sounds like a Coldplay song, not like one of those poppy, like, here comes the latest teenage pop sensation to do a vocal on it. Like it still sounds like an actual Coldplay song.
All right.
But alas.
Well, I slid it over into the combo.
Nice.
All right. Peter.
Shiver.
Yep, I have it.
And I would like to make that unanimous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
It really is. All right. Meri.
Okay. Let's just get another elephant out of the room. How about Clocks?
I had it.
And I also would like to make that unanimous. Those are the
Yay!
those are the 6 that I'm like, these have to be in. Clocks is an interesting thing for me because again, like those early radio songs, I hated. I hated them, and when even now, like I think my wife has it on a couple playlists. I'm just like, ugh. But I had to listen to it in the buds, like in context of the band, and just kind of trying to actually give it a chance rather than just hating it just because I hate it. And it's a great song. I mean, like that's all I can say about it.
I listened to that album, and I was working at a record store at the time, and I picked out that as the single. I was like, oh, this is going to be their second single, because I think In My Place was the first one. And I was like, oh, this is a hit. And, you know.
And then it was.
Humble brag. I was right.
And listeners think so too, because Clocks definitely was one that got suggested.
Yay.
All right. And we're back over to Peter.
Okay, I'll get another elephant out of the room. The Scientist.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. I definitely don't hate this song. This is one that if we need, you know what I mean? Like if we have 9 and we need a 10th, I'm for it. But I do feel like there's stronger representation we haven't gotten to yet. This isn't one that I'm going to stomp out unless I absolutely have to, I guess is basically what I'm saying. Whereas Paradise, not so much.
Fair enough. Okay.
But it's in the combo because you guys both have it. So, all right, Meri?
Okay, let's do the last, like, late song that I have on my list, A Sky Full of Stars.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
There it is. That's my veto.
I was wondering what it was going to be.
I can't stand that song. Like I tried. And like I'm just listening to it and that song specifically is what kept me from it's what blocked me from Coldplay essentially. Because anytime I was like, okay, well, these other songs aren't that bad, maybe, and then that song came out, I'm like, nope, just nope, no. And then when it came up in the playlist, I didn't hate it as much, but I still had that feeling of, nah, like, I don't. Number one, it definitely doesn't sway me towards the band, and number two, I don't think that we can sell somebody on the band with that song. So that was my veto.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it was one of those last songs that they just were, it was just a total pop song. Like you wouldn't have even known that it was a band because it was just like dun 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 dun.
Exactly.
And I got the melody. Like I was like, that's a Coldplay melody. I like it, but it's like I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Vocally,
you guys are. Yeah.
Vocally, it's still him. So it's like that line, A Sky Full of Stars, it's pretty. And it's just like, man, I don't know. Maybe if they just did something different musically with it, I might like it. But as it is, it's just,
Yeah.
I just remember watching MTV at the time, and they did like a tribute to Robin Williams, and they were playing that song over that. And I was like, really? That song? Wow. Fuck you guys. Robin deserves better.
Oh my God.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, well, see, to put context into my thoughts, I remember seeing it in a montage, like on the Today Show of like some bullshit, whatever, the like year-end crap or whatever. And I was just like, oh, good. That's awkward. Like, why do you have to pick that song? It's not cool. So, yeah, not cool.
Not cool. All right, Peter.
The title track, Rush of Blood to the Head.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't have that. That's a good song.
I like that one though. Yeah. So I'm going to slide that one over.
Nice.
I'm just saying, I only had the one veto, so we're going to have a time here because there's already 6 through unanimous, which is kind of why I stepped in the way of the scientist in paradise. So just so you guys know.
Mm.
All right, Mary.
I'm gonna go with because you know how I compared Coldplay to like my new U2 or whatever. Because Viva La Vida was produced by Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois, who produced the Joshua Tree, and they had all these like weird, crazy, like not so singly sounds with this album. I'm gonna go with Death and All His Friends.
Oh yes, that is a great one.
I didn't have it.
Love it.
Let me put that in the middle here.
Mm.
All right, Peter.
This is from one of the later albums. I like this because it sounds kind of like a bastardized Springsteen song. Hurts Like Heaven.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Yeah. Arguably one of my favorite songs that came up in the songs that you guys chose. Because it sounds enough like Coldplay to sound, to be Coldplay, but it's weird that they can do that, right? But then you have something like A Sky Full of Stars that's completely like, it's like, ugh. But where Hurts Like Heaven is definitely like, it's definitely more upbeat and definitely different.
To me, it feels like a Springsteen song. To me, it feels like they were listening to Born to Run and they were like, okay, let's write a song like that.
Yeah. Definitely up tempo. Definitely, again, it's Coldplay, but it's newer Coldplay. But if they did it good, I don't know, man. But yeah, I like that song a lot. So I'm gonna put that.
I never even imagined that as a Springsteen track, and now that you say that, I'm like, holy crap! Because that was like one of the ones on the fence for me. I was like, oh, I fucking love that jam, but. Oh man, that's good.
I was a late bloomer with Springsteen. Like growing up,
Me too.
I was always like, oh, he's okay, but I don't see why he's so revered. But then I saw him in concert, and I was like, I get it. Oh my God, I get it.
Same Peter. I'm totally with you. 3 years ago, I saw that man, and it was a life changer. So I totally get that. Damn.
Now I need to see the boss.
Yeah, you need to see the boss. That man is old enough to be my dad, and he was out there crowd surfing and like chugging beers and just nailing it. Oh, good times.
I saw him with REM, and he had
Ooh!
he came out and sang "Man on the Moon" with REM, and then Michael Stipe came out and sang what did they sing with him? I forget, but it was just an amazing concert. I was like, wow, this is like 2 great bands doing shit together. Like.
That's a weird pairing too.
Well, it was in 2004 when they were doing like the Vote for Change tour.
Okay.
And it was like, hey, we're not telling you to vote for that guy. We're just saying, maybe. So.
Nice. That's amazing. Holy shit.
All right, Mary.
Oh crap.
Still have some more to go.
I'm still just thinking about seeing them live and seeing Springsteen. Okay. Let me look at my list. How about Cemeteries of London?
I thought that was a really good one too. I think we're into officially the area of where you guys. No, there's one left that you guys match on. Just so you know.
Uh-oh.
I'm willing to put Cemeteries of London into the conversation though. All right.
I'm telling you, if you could put the whole Viva La Vida album, like, I'm just saying, people out there in podcast land, that album.
All right, Peter?
A Message from X and Y.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Definitely slept that one up into the middle. So, again, looks like we're going to have some trouble here.
Uh-oh.
All right, Mary.
Oh God. How about Speed of Sound?
All right.
Mm-mm.
No. That one. I mean, again, I don't have any more vetoes. but that one's definitely at this point at the very bottom of my list. So, I mean,
hey, Weird Al did it in a polka, so it kind of gave me some bump up points. I was like, well,
if it's
if
good
Weird
enough
Al
for
did it,
if it's good enough for Al Yankovic, it's good enough for me.
exactly.
All right, Peter.
We Never Change.
That's a good one too.
Ooh.
Even though they did.
Hacks. Sellouts.
Put that one up towards the middle. All right. Mary?
All right, let's just go for the most obvious. Yellow.
Okay. Here's my thoughts on Yellow. That was one I hated. I hated it. And I was sure I would hate coming back around to it. And I was like, you know what? No, I don't hate this. Now, do I love it? No. Do I think we have better tunes? Yes. I am willing to put that one into the conversation. But to me, I could not believe like the 180 I've done on most of these radio tunes, like almost all of them. I was like, what the hell? Why did I hate these guys so much?
They're so simple. It was just a simple, pretty pop song.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I don't recall it getting a ton of radio play. I think I just, like I said, I put it in my head that these guys were just garbage Radiohead. And
can we blame that like on what's his face, Judd Apatow?
Maybe.
I mean, come on. You know, you get the Coldplay.
All right.
Homophobic, bad. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Peter.
One of the only songs I can play on drums, In My Place.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
I have that.
Yeah, that's the last one that you guys match on. Now, that is one of my top choices for the next round. And I only say that because there's already 6 through. I want to see, there's a couple other here that I like better. But again, like you guys said before, it's a radio song. So again, when I heard it, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to like this. And when I do, like, what the, am I changing, or was this just presented to me all wrong? Like, I don't know which one it is, but In My Place is a great tune.
I remember at the time they were getting a lot of hype. Like, I remember hearing on the radio, like some DJ was like, man, like I haven't heard an album this good since Dark Side of the Moon. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's good, but
whoa,
damn, dude, like, have you missed out on a few albums since then?
But like I said, I'm willing to put this one at the top instead of sliding it through unanimous. I'll put it at the top of our conversation. There's a couple that didn't, because there's anything left you two haven't matched on. But there's a couple that I like slightly better. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right, Mary?
All right. I think I have 2 more. I'm going to go with Yes.
That's one of the ones that I like better than In My Place. Yes is such a good tune.
That's a good jam.
All right, so I'm gonna
It's just one of those tracks on the Eno Lanois produced Genius Perfect album that you wouldn't expect from Coldplay. Like, it just sounds so different and is such a unique track on its own with the weird like, it's so unusual. Yeah. And I love it.
Yep. All right, Peter?
What do I have left? Amsterdam.
That's a good one too.
That is a good one.
Let's put that one somewhere in the middle. All right, Mary?
Okay. How many more do I have left? I've got one.
I see 5.
I think I only have 1 left.
Okay.
What? I think
I see 5 in my master list for everything that between the both of you had. So we'll see.
I think my last one is, let me just make sure. I think my last one is the title track to Viva La Vida.
again, like I hated that when it came out. I hated it. I don't know. Again, it must have just been the time, the presentation. But nah, man, that's a good tune. I couldn't believe that I'm listening to this and like, what the hell? Where was my head at? And I've heard it a million times since and still hated it. Like, but I think it was like on principle or something. I don't know.
And the video was a sequel to "Enjoy the Silence" by Depeche Mode.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But one thing I do recall, I think when that album came out, didn't they play the Super Bowl? Or somewhere around there?
Somewhere around there.
I don't watch the Super Bowl anymore, but like I recall seeing them playing that and going, huh, I hate this song, but this isn't bad. So
wasn't it like them with special guest Beyonce and
yeah.
Aerosmith and NSYNC and every other band in the world? Yeah, good times.
All right. So we're back to Peter.
Yeah, I have I think 3 left.
Okay.
What? Okay.
I had Sparks.
Yeah, I want that one through. That one's good.
That's a good jam.
I have What If.
That was a good one too.
Yep.
And Oceans.
All right.
Oh,
which was me trying to be fair to that album.
All right. So
good call.
All right. So we have 6 through unanimously. Don't Panic, 42, Politic, Talk, Shiver, and Clocks. Those are unanimous. And we need to get 4 more out of here. Out of... Now you'll see why I was a little... Jesus Christ, 23? 23. So, okay. It's at this point we have 23. I'm going to go ahead and exercise some muscle, and we're losing Paradise.
Fair enough.
I'll leave The Scientist alone for right now. I don't dislike it, so we've got some heavy hitters here, and I think we have better stuff. This is where I think Fix You probably just it doesn't cut the mustard at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at Speed of Sound too. I think we have better representation. I'm willing to leave Lost with Jay-Z, even though it is definitely at the bottom of the list right now.
Yes! Ask Michael. Ask Jesus. See Judas. Yeah, let's do that.
So let's see. 20 songs down to 4. I know, right? And see, and this is why I didn't want to I didn't want to swing too hard for Yellow or, again, The Scientist, or even In My Place, which is a great tune. All right, let's start whittling this down. Here's the 20, and just let me know if there's something you're willing to let go as I say it. All right, so In My Place, The Scientist, Oceans, What If, Sparks, Yes, Amazing Day, Viva La Vida, Hurts Like Heaven, Amsterdam, Cemeteries of London, Warning Sign, Yellow, A Message, Death and All His Friends, A Rush of Blood to the Head, Violet Hill, We Never Change, Atlas, and Lost with Jay-Z.
I'd be willing to let go of Cemeteries of London.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
All right.
I'd be willing to let go of Viva La Vida, because if we're trying to convert somebody who doesn't like Coldplay or doesn't like them or hasn't heard much of them, like they've heard that fucking song.
Yeah,
exactly.
Probably. Yeah.
Nope, agreed. Yep, agreed.
All right, so we've got it down to 18.
A lot of those songs are like Peter's really good picks, so I can't. Yeah.
But again, now you see why I didn't want to put those unanimous In My Place and The Scientist. I think some of these other tunes are just better altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like okay, you've heard the hits, but like they've also got some really good songs like that were not radio hits.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Which honestly, if was what surprised me the most. I mean, yeah, I was swayed on a lot of these radio songs, like listening to them now, like actually giving them the chance, kind of in the buds type listening. But what surprised me was a lot of these deeper cuts that I'm just like, whoa, like what? They can do that? Whoa.
Yeah, man.
So is there anything that you're leaning towards, like, yeah, at this point that one has to be in?
I would probably say, I'd probably say,
Or how about this?
Yes.
Is there one that
Okay.
is there one that the other had that you're like, man, I wish I would have had that? Because at this point, I've basically put my stamp on all of these.
There are a lot of tracks that are on that list that I don't have on my list that are Peter's that I'm totally cool with.
Okay.
And right now, I just can't think of what they are. But, I mean, the only thing I think I would really fight for is we do have Clocks still on there, right?
Clocks was unanimous. It's
Okay, because I just think that's like the penultimate. That doesn't even make sense. The ultimate Coldplay song. Like I said, I'm still like feeling them Game of Thrones emotions. Clocks is like, I would fight for that, but everything else would probably be kind of debatable just because, I mean, we all, like Peter and I have a good sense of the Coldplay track list, and he had a lot of tracks that like I loved that I just didn't pick because I was kind of gearing towards like radio friendly, like, you know, just so Clocks would probably be the only one I would fight for. So
okay. Anything that you just absolutely do not want to let go at this point, Peter?
Violet Hill.
God, that's a good one.
Good choice.
All right, so
I'm with Peter.
All right, so let's put that one through. So that'll be number 7. We got 3 more to go. All right, so let me tell you which ones I like the most. Let's see. I really liked Yes. I really liked Sparks. I really liked Hurts Like Heaven. I really liked Warning Sign. I liked In My Place a lot too, but at this point it's just like, again, you know.
I would push for Hurts Like Heaven because I don't think we have a song like that on the final list yet.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
All
We
right.
got to have one of those later poppy weird songs, and at least that doesn't have like, you know, today's latest pop ingenue on it.
Yep.
So still Coldplay. It's a little poppy, but it's still Coldplay.
So we've got 2 left, and I hate to do this, but I mean at this point I don't think we need Yellow. I think Clocks is the better song anyway, and we already got that. Talk is in as well as far as radio tunes.
Agreed. If you're gonna have to pick between, excuse me, Yellow or Clocks, Clocks is it.
Yeah, I agree.
Just trying to make some cuts here. That's all. Because we've only got 2 left, and there's still 15 songs to cut down.
Wow.
I do, however, think this is the point where we lose Lost with Jay-Z.
Okay. See ya, Jay-Z.
I guess I really like Death and All His Friends too. I want to slide that up to the top.
Oh, it's such a good jam.
And again, I know you guys both had this, but like I feel like this is the point where we lose The Scientist as well. I mean, I feel like we already have a solid representation of radio. We have like the best possible representation of what they've put on the radio, and all these others are just songs I was completely not aware of, really, other than In My Place.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. So I'm going to run this list down again. We've got 13 still that we need to get 2 out of. I'm wishing I didn't put a stamp on so many, but like I kind of had to.
Whoa, that was weird. That I just heard whale sounds.
Word.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. I just heard like a blue whale just go woo.
All right, so let me run down the 8 that we have already. Don't Panic, 42, Politic, Talk, Shiver, Clocks, Violet Hill, Hurts Like Heaven. We need 2 out of these. Yes, Sparks, Warning Sign, In My Place, Death and All His Friends, Oceans, What If, Amazing Day, Amsterdam, A Message, A Rush of Blood to the Head, We Never Change, and Atlas.
I'm voting for Atlas.
You know, I'm not anti-Atlas. I think Peter just didn't hear it, so I think.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Let me play a little. I mean, if Spotify would cooperate. Of course not. Why would you?
Very. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Do we have anything like this already? This one definitely reminded me of like a middle of the road Radiohead tune.
Yeah. And the build up is just so good.
Yeah. Like maybe Insomniac era, you know, it's not as weird or computer driven either. I hate to skip ahead, but like I also don't want to get in trouble, so. Do we have anything like this? Like the slow burner?
42 is kind of a slow burner.
Yeah.
The chorus gets it, where it's just like. Yeah. Oh.
All right. So. Oh shit. Oops.
I'm fighting for it. I think it's a good jam. I think it's one of their best songs. It should have been on an actual album.
So how about this? Let's put it up at the top, because at this point we need to make some serious cuts.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as slow burners go, like 42 is kind of like that. Like it starts off slow, and then in the middle it's like dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba.
Hey, if I have to pick between Atlas and 42, I'm going with 42. So 42 is going to be the winner in that cockfight.
But from what little I heard of that song, it reminded me of Tom York's Suspiria soundtrack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pretty piano with the dark vocals.
Yep.
All right, so I'm voting for some aggressive cuts here.
Do it.
Now, you can, if there's something that I say here that you really think I'm wrong and should stick around, let me know. But just keep in mind, we only have 2 left. Oceans, What If, Amazing Day, Amsterdam, A Message, A Rush of Blood to the Head, and We Never Change.
Those are all Peter songs, unfortunately. So sorry, Peter.
Get rid of Oceans. I was just being nice with that one.
Okay.
They're not bad.
It's not bad, but it was just like, okay, like I'm gonna try to give each album a chance on my list.
You did good. Yeah, that was That was very diplomatic.
Bum, 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 bum. I really liked Amazing Day. So
That was a good song. Yeah. Okay, you have my influence. Keep Amazing Day.
okay,
Yeah, and if we're gonna have like a track list that says like, okay, well here's where they are now, like
Yeah.
Amazing Day is.
okay. So let's put that one through.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
that was one of the ones where I was like, and I just kind of was like, I just sort of wrote it off. But it's a good song.
all right. So now we have one spot remaining.
Oh no.
All right. We have to do something aggressive here. We have Atlas, we have Yes, we have Sparks, Warning Sign, In My Place, Death and All His Friends, What If, Amsterdam, A Message, A Rush of Blood to the Head, We Never Change. I know, right? I'm trying to remember the line. Something about feeling a spark was what drew me to Sparks. There's like a line.
What album is What If on? Oh.
X and Y.
Okay.
All right, let's get a little of What If.
Yeah.
What if I...
What if there was no time and no reason or rhyme? What if you should decide that you don't want me there by your side?
Oh, Chris.
That you don't want me there in your life.
I want to be your piano seat.
Oh,
Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Mayhap.
That escalated quickly.
I stole that from a friend of mine who has been saying that for the past 15 years or however long their second album came out. He was like, I just want to be Chris Martin's piano seat.
All right.
And I couldn't argue with it. Anyway,
I don't know. What if feels kind of like Fix You.
yeah.
A little bit.
I would fight for Atlas over that.
Okay. So let's drop.
I'm
What If.
leaning towards Sparks.
I like Sparks a lot.
Okay. Can you refresh my memory?
Yeah, let's play a little bit more Sparks.
Can you spark my memory?
A little bit of that Sparks. Which also was a song that came in from a listener as well.
Mm.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of the same, but kind of different. I think I'm with this one. Let's go with Sparks.
Okay. Yeah, I can't argue that. That has a good, solid beginning, and yeah, I can deal with that.
Considering 1/3 of the panel had not heard Atlas at all, it made it really far because it's just now
That's
getting the
true.
axe.
That's true.
That is just now.
Everybody go listen to that freaking soundtrack.
So I do want to again just point out that right now, like these are the final cuts. These are the ones that are just missing the cut. Atlas, Yes, Warning Sign, In My Place, Death and All His Friends, Amsterdam, A Message, A Rush of Blood to the Head, and We Never Change.
That's a pretty damn good joint.
I want to say that I think you two did the best representation of a Please Explain we've had yet.
Peter, high five from Virginia Beach to Orlando.
Internet high five.
My man.
Because, I mean, I've completely changed my thought on the band. Like, I'm open to them now. And again, I don't necessarily consider myself a fan, but there's songs that I like now. And as you could tell by like the lengthy list in the conversation, almost everything you guys put up there, I was like, yeah, I could put my stamp on that. So
Oh,
I think
Justin.
you all did tremendous.
Aw, we got you.
All right, so
You got some Britpop up in you.
so I'm gonna run down this 10, and then I'll put you guys on the hot seat here. Don't Panic, 42, Politic, Talk, Shiver, Clocks, Violet Hill, Hurts Like Heaven, Amazing Day, and Sparks. Mary, which one is the number one with a bullet? We have one song to sell somebody on Coldplay. What's the one of those 10?
Can you say it again?
I sure can. Don't Panic, 42, Politic, Talk, Shiver, Clocks, Violet Hill, Hurts Like Heaven, Amazing Day, Sparks.
Okay. Clocks. For sure.
What are you thinking?
Just because it's the most radio friendly, it's the most representative of their musicality, because Homeboy's got his hard ass drums, there's the pretty harmonies. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clocks.
What do you think, Peter?
Really putting me in my place here.
Right? In your place.
I would say either Clocks or Don't Panic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me refresh my menu here.
Don't Panic is an awesome opening track.
It is. It's
Oh,
so good.
You know what's
Damn.
You know what's great about this is I don't have that. Like, I can't lean towards it because I didn't know that it was a track one.
Yeah, it's track 1 on their first album.
Ooh. Oh man. Yeah. Holy hell. Now. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And the chorus, we live in a beautiful world.
All those like generation whatever that listen to the Garden State soundtrack. Yeah, good times.
All right. So I think I'm leaning towards Don't Panic. Now, I think everything that Mary is saying is 100% right, but I also think that those reasons may be the reasons why we go for a Don't Panic instead.
That's so true. I like that.
You're 100% right. Like, and I don't. Maybe if this wasn't a Please Explain, and maybe like if somebody said, "Oh, you should listen to Clocks," to me like a week ago before doing this, I'm like, I've already heard it. No thanks.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have given Clocks the time of day, right? Because I'd already heard it. Whereas Don't Panic, I heard and I was like, holy hell, like what? This is great. And it's one of those songs that completely opened me up to the band.
That's so true.
I think, technically speaking, if this was a regular episode, Clocks would be the answer. Because that is prototypical, that is the Coldplay song. But if we're trying to rope somebody in like me who has this preconceived notion of what Coldplay is, I think Don't Panic's the way to go.
You know what? I think you're right.
It's just a jammer too, like it's a groover.
It is.
So,
I am not arguing.
All right, well you two sold me. Like, I don't know that I'll necessarily call myself a Coldplay fan, but like I think my wife does enjoy some Coldplay, and I'm not going to roll my eyes at her next time she starts playing it. Now, let me run down this list one last time. Don't Panic is our number one with a bullet. Clocks, 42, Politic, Talk, Shiver, Violet Hill, Hurts Like Heaven, Amazing Day, Sparks. Those are our 10.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's a good top 10.
And I got to tell you, if you want to spark some joy, because we're trying to spark joy here at Deprogrammed, if you'd like to spark some joy my way, patreon.com/ohhijustin. I would greatly appreciate it if you would pledge $1 a month and help me continue to put out daily content. And there's more than that I want to do, and I can with your help. And so patreon.com/ohhijustin, you get content daily and my undying love. How's that for you?
That's awesome. I'm a patron.
Are you enjoying Are you enjoying your time as a patron?
Of course.
See?
I love helping you do what you need to do because it's awesome.
And $1 a person, if shoot, 100 people get in, that's $100 a month. We can make a big difference just with that much. Just saying.
That's right.
Now Peter just did Space Hog. He's here for Coldplay, and I feel like you're signed up for a lot of it's funny. I feel like in the original run of the show you weren't on that much, but you're making a run for like Alfredo numbers here, Peter.
Well, I just like the format of the show. It's like, oh, we get to talk about music for an hour? Okay. Like
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of some of the ones that you're up for that are like right around the bend. I should have probably pulled that up if I was going to talk about it. You know, Justin is smart sometimes. Okay, well, I like off the top of my head.
Of course you are.
Off the top of my head, I don't recall anything that you're up for, but I know that there's a good 6-7 bands at least. Of course, Facebook wants to take forever to load.
Facebook,
including Edwin Collins, I think, which is a discovery for the three of us.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how soon that is, but it's definitely up more towards the top of the list. He says,
Yeah, because I like the song from Empire Records, and I'm like, okay, like what else has that guy got? I want to check that out.
Yeah, and I mean, what better way to do it than to talk about it afterwards?
Yeah.
I'm again trying to see some. Oh, Sunny Day Real Estate you're on too.
Oh, I love that band.
That's going to be a new one for me, so I'm looking forward to that. Mary, I know you're on for Lady Gaga. Which
I am all for Lady Gaga. Yes, sir.
Actually, that was one of the first things you said, I think, before we even did the Rev. You were like, I don't see Lady Gaga here. I volunteer.
I volunteer as tribute. Hunger Games callback.
And I know there's a couple other up here somewhere, but this list is not exactly easy to navigate. I'm trying to figure out a better way to do it. With that being,
Peter. I like talking about music. It's good stuff.
So let me put this out here. Actually, Jody had mentioned that I don't mention this enough. If you're listening to this, you're on the Facebook machine. Like the page. Deprogrammed VA is how you find us. There is a giant list at the top of the page. It's the pinned post. It's just this huge list of bands. If you see only one name next to it or no names next to it, that means I have room for people on that panel. If it's up at the top with 2 or more names, you can volunteer for it, but 3 is my magic number for panel. 3 is the magic number. 303. It's the magic number. Oh yes, it is.
3 is the magicest number that you'll ever choose.
It's
yeah. 3 gets a little heated. I remember the Guns N' Roses episode.
Yeah. It's a little too much at that point. All right. Well, we'll figure out which ones you guys are on next. I like to close out the episodes with that, just so people know when they're going to hear you again. But Justin didn't do his homework. But thank you guys so much for like coming through in the clutch, because it was almost Justin stressed out, and we almost didn't have a show this week.
No problem.
We don't want Justin to be stressed out. There's enough things to be stressed out about. We're here for you.
Should not be one of them. So
no, love, light, live, laugh, love.
And again, I have to commend the both of you with your lists, because I only had the one veto, and you chose well. I don't know, like, if the rest of the discography is just complete garbage and you guys just pick the best of the best, but I'm sold. So, all right.
We see what we
with
can.
all that being said, Coldplay, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week.